I have an important message before we start today's video. We have Firestarter available, and this will be it until the first of the year. We're doing the 3 for $33 again. That's the 1.75 pound bags, and we also have 4 pound bags available. If you haven't used it before, it works fantastic. And the 3 for $33, it's a good idea for Christmas gifts. Anyone that burns wood in a wood stove or a Solo or a Brio, they'll love this stuff. Link in the description, pinned comment as well. Hope you enjoy the video. So welcome back to Outdoors with the Morgans. It is the last day of deer season, and this morning I actually chose some seat time in the skid loader versus deer hunting. Now later on today I may go out. We'll have to see how things shake out, but they're calling for rain here in just a little bit. Not a whole bunch of rain, but I wanted to get the topsoil, most of the topsoil, off of this road here and get everything kind of tracked in. I worked this several different ways. It's a long road. I'm not sure how far it is the whole way to the house, but I've been working on about a 500-600 foot section right here. And the quickest way to move the dirt is to just keep pushing it all ahead. But once it starts spilling over on the sides, I bucket some down here to the pile and then repeat that process. Seemed to work out pretty well. I only have about 2 hours of time, yeah, between yesterday and today, maybe 2.5 hours. This is the big pile here I got for future use. There's still a little bit on the road, and I need to clean the edges up and things like that, but I got most of it off, and I got it tracked in and slicked up so it'll shed water and won't stay a muddy mess. Down here in this dip right here, I don't know if you can see that, I will take some good dirt from the high side and I'll have a little bit of fill in there. I got a lot of side hill lean, so there's a lot of work that needs done before we have a proper road, but it's getting there. I'll give you a good look at it right now as we head back to the house here. Right in here, this is where we'll have about probably 3 feet of fill right in there. There's still a little bit of topsoil in here, but not much. Alright, I'm just putting some things away before it rains and going to take a little wood in. It's supposed to get cold again tonight. I've got some wood up there, plenty actually, but I like always having a good stock up at the wood stove just in case, you know, it rains or snows for 3 or 4 days straight or something. Next up, we're going to take the Huntman on a sheets run, and by that time it may be raining. We'll have to see. All right, ready to go sheets? All right, the Huntman and I got back from sheets, and as expected, we've got a little rain delay. It's not raining real hard, just sprinkling right now, but it's definitely getting colder. I think we went from 50 some degrees yesterday and a chance of snow tonight. So with that being said, we're going to start a little fire here, take the chill off, and don't forget, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, this will be the last chance for fire starter until next year. Kind of rolled on me there a little bit. That's all right. I wish it would either just get cold or warm, one of the two, up and down. So while we're on our rain delay here, I got a couple questions for you guys. Now that we are in the winter months, I was thinking of doing one live a week. We did one last Saturday, and I had my old computer and it died about 40 minutes into the live, but I've since got a new computer, and I think I'm gonna get a separate camera to hook right into the computer. Should be pretty good. But for the winter months, I kind of like the idea of a live because the weather is getting worse and it's just more like real-time interaction. So I'm planning on doing one a week. And my question to you is, what day and what time would work best for you guys? Keep in mind, we're on Eastern time, so if you're on the West Coast, let me know in Eastern time. And all you guys in the East and in other countries do so as well. So we did one last Saturday, 8 a.m. So the guys in Australia must have been around 11 o'clock at night or something then. So let's find a time that kind of works for everyone. Saturday morning is kind of a nice time. Last one, like I said, was at 8, but the guys on the West Coast would have to be up at what, 5? Yeah. So yeah, let me know. But I think it'd be a fun thing to do this winter, once a week, live, discuss current events and things that are happening in our lives along with your lives as well. So let me know what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna check on my fire, and here in a little bit, I think I'm gonna take a hike over to the old apple orchard and take a peek down in those pines there and maybe just sit there for an hour or two. We'll see what happens. But like I said, last day of deer season. I am looking forward to flintlock season after Christmas. We have a ball flintlock. It is. Half the time you can't get your gun to go off. I know some guys that are real good don't struggle as much as we do. But like a day like today with just this little bit of drizzle, man, I can't imagine how those guys used to have to fight wars with those things. It would be, that'd be pretty rough. But anyway, that's it for now. I'll report back from the woods in a bit.
All right, I made it up to the old apple orchard. I'm going to walk down this path just a little bit and then back out like I did the other night, and then go peek down over the hill into those pines. It always happens when you're hunting. If you see something, you know, like a nice buck like I did the other night, you convince yourself that it's all going to play out the same way. Very seldom does that ever happen, but it's just what you do, you know? I've been hearing a few shots on and off, way off in the distance, but it's right about noon right now when, you know, most guys, if there's any out on neighboring properties, they're going in for lunch or whatever. So people are moving around a little bit now, middle of the day. We may see something. We may not. All right, I didn't see anything down on that side. We're gonna walk out here and peek down into the old pines. The wind is perfect. Hit me right in the face coming up over the hill. That little bit of rain we had though, it just didn't quiet the leaves down any, but we'll try to be quiet. All right, I just took a seat here by this tree. I think I'm gonna sit here for about an hour. But I really like using my binoculars. You know, you look down there, you think you can see everything, but you really can't. Occasionally you get lucky and find something just laying down, facing the other direction. My mom's house is down there to my right, about 150 yards. And the driveway heading up to my sister's is about 150 yards in front of me. Her house is up that way. I don't know if you can see that over there. There's a whole bunch of trees down. That's from the storms this spring. The clearing up by the mini cabin is way over in that other hill there. But those same straight line winds or whatever that hit up there is what got these ones as well. All right, I made it over here to the scenic overlook. I saw 2 doe on the way over down by my sister's driveway, and when I got here there were 3 bedded down right here in front of me, and they just went across the valley. They stopped on the other side there, and then they turned and headed up towards the field up there by the mini cabin. I just talked to Levi on the phone. He said there's 7 in his yard right now.
Well, I just got back to the house, and boy, do I have a story for you. Let me just say, it's not always easy doing the right thing. All right, so here's the deal. There's a couple more hours of daylight left, but I think I'm done. I got to tell you what just happened. I've been out hiking around all afternoon, saw some doe here and there. Pretty nice afternoon for a walk. And by the way, I need to do more of that. I've been putting the miles on the last couple days. I need to start walking again early in the morning. But anyway, I'm out hiking around from here over the old apple orchard, down past my mom's place over to the scenic overlook. And I was going to come into the house, get something for lunch, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to walk down towards the brick house. So I'm walking out this trail, and it's probably sitting in the mini cabin out in front of it. It's about 150 yards in front of it and off to the left. And I'm being pretty quiet, right? I'm just walking out this trail, and all of a sudden, maybe 30 yards in front of me, a doe and a buck jump up. They were bedded down right there. It's a nice buck. For a Pennsylvania buck, he was pretty nice. And they just kind of trotted down the hill, and I had the gun on him, but it just wasn't a good shot. And I thought, well, he's going to be gone. But he didn't. He got to the bottom of the hill, and he turned broadside. Now, when he was running away from me, I tucked in behind this big cherry tree with a Y. So this buck turns around. He's looking for me. He knows I'm up there somewhere, but he doesn't know where. So I don't move. And this goes on for 2-3 minutes. He doesn't move. And I'm looking through the Y of the cherry tree. Well, I got the gun up, and I got it right on him. I mean, he's maybe 110 yards out, broadside. And I got to thinking, he's right across the property line. He's on the neighbor's property at this point by probably 15 feet. When I initially saw him, he was on my place, but he ran down onto the neighbor's. And I've known the guy for years, and I don't think he's going to care anyways. He's about 78 or 80 years old. And I'm watching this deer, and he's just standing there looking at me. You know, I've got the rest, I've got the tree. I thought, nah, I'm not going to do this because I know what's going to happen. Number one, it's not on my property. Number two, I'm going to shoot this deer, and it's going to barrel down the hill further and end up in his yard or something. It's going to turn into a whole thing, and it just wouldn't be right. So I kind of gave up on it, and I thought, you know what? I got his number. I'm just going to give him a call and ask him. So I'm tucked up behind a tree. The deer's 100 yards on that side of me. I mean, this all takes 10 minutes. He's still standing there. And I call him, and I said, hey, I'm not going to mention his name. I said, hey, Pete, let's just say. I go, this is Mike. I'm up on the hill behind your house. And I said, I just bounced a buck from my place, and I think he's on yours, and I'm watching him right now. Now, I didn't want to put him on the spot and be like, can I shoot this deer? And so I just kind of left it at that. And he just said, wow. And he said, you still out hunting, huh? I'm like, yeah, still hunting. Looking at a big buck right now. And we just chit-chatted for a few minutes there. And He's like, well, take care, you know, good luck is what he said. He never said, go ahead and shoot the deer or take him. You know what I mean? And I could have just asked, hey, do you care if I shoot this deer? He would have said no. But the way I figure it is, he knew what I was after. He didn't offer it up. So it is what it is. I didn't shoot the deer. But I did get some video of the buck. He didn't move for 12, 15 minutes. I bet you. He just stood there. And here's that clip right now. So like I said, not a huge buck for some of you, but here in Western Pennsylvania, that's a good buck. I think he's at least an 8-point, out past the ears. And when they finally did run, the doe that was with him turned and headed up towards the mini cabin, and he followed her, but they didn't go far at all. They got into some real thick stuff. So I kind of backed out of there. I circled around and I went and sat in the mini cabin for about an hour. I knew he wasn't going to come up there. It's pretty open up there. And the way I see it is this. I had never seen that buck before. Levi's house is 250 yards from where I saw that buck. He's never seen it before. He called me. I think I mentioned earlier, he had 7 doe in his yard today. I've got cameras on the food plot, no pictures of that buck. So I think he may be from across the main road, but this would be his daytime bedding area right down there behind the neighbors. I think that's the case. But it is amazing. You know, this past week I've seen 2 buck that I have never seen before. And it's not like we're out in the middle of the national forest here, you know. Between my place and my mom's, you're looking at a little under 100 acres. A lot of the neighboring properties are 10, 15 acre parcels. There's houses around. But the way those things can stay hidden in these small tracts of land is just incredible. It really is. And I don't know. I got about 2 hours of daylight left, and I thought, you know what? I may go back out this afternoon, but I think I'm just going to call her quits. It was a pretty good ending. Even though I didn't get anything, I passed on some buck and archery season, and we still have flintlock season, and that's a lot of fun. But the chances of getting that buck that I just saw with a smoke stick, slim to none, but you never know. But anyway, like I said, sometimes it is difficult to do the right thing, but I feel that I did the right thing, and it is what it is. But I think that's about it. Don't forget, Firestarter is available, and it will not be available again till the first of the year. And what else did I want to say? Oh, if you don't mind, hit that like button. I never say that stuff. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Once again, I've had people say they were unsubscribed. I don't know how that happens. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment. Let me know how things are going in your part of the world. And if you want some quality Firestarter, link in the description. Pin comment as well. And I'll catch you on the next one.